If you are new to our channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button.
Twitter handle, TWVG Show. Had questions come in on all platforms this week. Terry says, hello there. I've got
10 by 20 trays I purchased that are 2.5 inches deep.
Normal seed starting trays.
Is that deep enough for lettuce and spinach? What type of soil do you recommend? And then we'll answer those questions. And she said, I picked up a few of the Happy Leaf grow lights last spring, and I'm intrigued with the idea of setting up a grow area in the house. Thanks for all your great information. So yeah, the 10 by 20 trays are that 2.5 inches will be deep enough as long as they're filled to the brim.
Mm-hmm.
And we feel that as long as you use a good potting soil mix, something like by Purple Cow, then that would have success.
Right. Now, the thing you want to keep in mind is with any type of potting soil, you might have fungal gnats, so you'll need to rid that problem. You can either bake your soil in the oven or in the microwave. There's recipes online. It doesn't disrupt the microbial or nutritional value of the soil. It just kills any insect eggs that might be in there, and it will work. You can grow leaf lettuce, you can grow spinach, you can grow a lot of things, but those two items, leaf lettuce and spinach, would work very good in the 10 by 20 trays. Again, you want to have, since you have the Happy Leaf, you don't have to worry about sun exposure. The Happy Leaf will do its job. You just want to keep the soil moist and hydrated so the plants can uptake the nutrients in that potting soil regularly. This week was, how do I deal with Creeping Charlie in my yard? I nearly have a complete corner covered in Creeping Charlie. Number one, what is Creeping Charlie?
Creeping Charlie is a ground weed, basically.
Yeah, very invasive, very intense.
And it's super evil because it makes this like web of roots underneath the soil.
It propagates and can go 3-4 feet, pop up and root again and grow.
Right. So it's considered a weed. It's part of the mint family. Mm-hmm. So there's a few different things you can do. One is you can pull it, but you have to pull it early. So
at this point it's too late.
At this point it's too late. It will die over winter, but it'll come back. So whatever. In the spring you want to pull it. You can use things like borax, but you have to look that up online, how to use borax to get rid of it. You can smother it as much as possible, so you can mulch it.
You can also use a harsh chemical to kill that whole area, and probably you'll have to reapply it time and time again until the under the soil roots expose themselves, regrow, and you're trying to kill everything out. So,
but the good news is a lot of people have Creeping Charlie, so you're not alone.
Yeah, but there's organic and chemical, and sometimes we recommend a chemical application in order to get things in check.
Get in somewhat regularly or somewhat frequently, I guess, is why do you not weed? Well, there's two folds to this particular question, and if you watch our videos on the website, the WisconsinVegetableGardener.com, or follow us on YouTube or Facebook page under the same name, you will see that particularly this year, we have a lot of weeds in the garden. We try to do our best to mulch with shredded leaves, whole leaves, chemical-free dry grass clippings, that type of material, even cardboard, to suppress the weeds and increase the water moisture capacity in the soil. We've had a tremendous amount of rain, as we continue to say that over and over again, and the weeds have gotten very large, and we haven't spent time weeding. Now, with that said, yeah, you could have a pristine garden with no weeds, just the vegetation in which you're growing. That's fine. There are a couple of lines of thought with this particular logic. One is you're opening the soil up and exposing the soil to the atmosphere to allow it to dry out quicker. Now, this is if you don't use some type of mulch material. Secondly, you're inviting or opening up the opportunity for insects to find the vegetation or the plants that you're growing specifically if you have nothing in the garden except for those particular plants. So some people in the gardening world and on YouTube and are really reputable gardeners, they go with leave the weeds in and allow the plants in which you're growing to be the survival of the fittest, essentially. One, you're not exposing the soil to the atmosphere because you're allowing vegetation to grow on it, just like a prairie. If you have weak plants, then those weak plants are most likely going to get choked out by the weeds in which you are not removing. But if the plants are strong enough, they will actually be stronger and produce better fruit, and you can also save the seeds off those particular stronger genetically altered by nature seeds in order to have better plants next year. So there's two rules of thought. You can weed, you can not weed, you can expose the soil to the atmosphere, or you can leave it covered and kind of create an ecosystem in amongst your vegetables with grasses, weeds, some not good weeds, some okay weeds, that type of thing. So we try to weed, yes. But at just like everybody else, there's times when it just does not allow us to get in the garden for life in general. So take that into thought. And also, bad bugs will attach themselves to weeds and not your vegetation, the plants you're growing.
Thank you for checking out the Wisconsin Vegetable Gardener radio show. For more, go to the WisconsinVegetableGardener.com for full-length in-studio video and podcast replay of Season 1. Season 2 underway and added weekly. Tweet us at TWVG Show or hashtag TWVG to be part of the program.